Hello, I'm Jim Austin, and welcome to Anglers Paradise Fishing.tv. Here we're going to explore the world of bass fishing. With just a click of the mouse, you can watch fishing shows on proper lure selection, technical casting, tournament fishing, from blast off to weigh in. And oh yeah, I'll be fishing with some of my old buddies, such as Mo Lewis, the ex-football player, and my nemesis, J.D. Ward.
Jim, you better get your game on. I think that nail's a couple pounds better than yours, Jim. What do you think?
No, I don't think that. No, I don't think that. And we're going to introduce you to some real great fishermen that you can only see right here on Anglers Paradise Fishing.tv. We're going to show you kids fishing because we know that fishing is a sport that the whole family can enjoy.
Hey Jim, I got a spinnerbait.
Take a kid fishing. Memories forever. Now that you know about us, go and tell your friends that they can watch fishing on their computers right here on Anglers Paradise Fishing.tv. And by the way, I'll see you on the water. Hello, I'm Jim Austin, and welcome to Anglers Paradise. Today we have with us J.D. Ward. He's the #1 man in the Poco Trail. That's People of Color Outdoor Fishing Organization. This guy is one great fisherman. He's the most consistent fisherman on the Poco Trail and has been the most consistent winner in the last 3 years. I'm just pleased and really just grateful to have him here on my show today because he's going to teach us a lot about how to fish Neely Henry. His specialty is crankbait and pig and jig. So stay tuned. We'll be right back as J.D. Ward gives us a lesson on how to fish the crankbait and the pig and jig. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Anglers Paradise. Today I have with me J.D. Ward. We're fishing Neely Henry in Gaston, Alabama. This guy is the #1 man on the Poco Trail, and for the last 3 years he has been the most consistent winner. Today he's going to talk to us about how to use a pig and jig, and we're going to see if we can get him out on those ledges, on those points, and show us how to use a crankbait. We're back in a cove and we're fishing the grass line. Fish seem to be moving back here. We know it's a lot of bait fish back here. But J.D., tell us something about how you have been able to be the #1 man for the last 3 years in terms of consistency in the Poco Trail. And there's some tough fishermen over there. I mean, some shown up tough fishermen. We've had guys to fish other trails come in and fish with us, and you just beat the crap out of them. So tell us something. What is it about?
Well, actually, first of all, I like to say that there are some good fishermen on the trail. Definitely some good fishermen. I think one of the key things to me being so successful and being consistent as I have is concentration and confidence. And of course, you know, I have to say this here, I definitely got my belief and my faith in the man up above, and this is one of my dreams and desires, to always fish and to be good at it. So I have to do my homework, and my homework consists of studying all the things and how to fish maneuver, the difference in the weathers and what makes them change, where they move to, the different changes. So I'm not sure if all the guys do so, but I pay real close attention to these things because that affects the fish, how they move, where they're going to be at, and what's going to happen. One with the other, are they going to bite or not bite? So I try to pay attention to those things and try to keep up on that, and that kind of keeps me on the upper edge a lot of time.
Well, we're back in fishing this grass line. See, can you show us how to keep us on the upper edge using that pig and jig?
Well, we're going to do our best here.
Think you can get one back here?
We're going to do our best.
All right, let's see what I tell you what, I'm going to stay with the spinnerbait. That's kind of my special fishing grass. Now, I can use a pig and jig, don't get me wrong. But now, I think I'm going to stick with my spinnerbait and observe everything you're doing and try to pick up on some of your little special tips there, if that's okay with you.
That's great. Sounds
okay.
Good to me, Jim.
Well, if it wasn't okay, I was going to do it anyway. So.
I'll tell you what, the spinnerbait is great, but at certain times, especially in grassland, I like to pitch because during the summer months, close like I said, the fish like to have a tendency to get up in the grass and bury themselves in order to get the oxygen and to cool off, and especially when you're up on the flats or moving back in the cuts like this. So I like to flip something kind of slow, crawl in front of the face, And not saying that spinnerbait is not good, because I do throw it a lot, but it's probably in the early part of the day. Up in the afternoons and things of that nature, I like to flip a lot, where they all in the cover and kind of tucked in there. And they seem to produce more bites for me. Now, for another individual, it could be different. But we're going to find out today. You keep flipping that spinnerbait, and I'm going to flip this jig.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. J.D. And we know that you're good. But I'm good, too, so we're going to see what happens. Now, all of you know that when I have my guests, I got to show out. Now, so don't get upset with me. He's good, and Lord knows he's good. But I'm going to try to, I got to try to handle him today, because it's something about a little bragging rights. And don't be hating out on me. Don't be mad with me. That's just the way it is.
Well, I'm not. I'm going to fish, and I'm going to make it fair. I'm just going to beat you on your own show, Jim. I want to commend you. You definitely have a good show. And there's an awful lot of viewers out there that's making comments about the show. I just hope you keep up the good work here. And invite me back on again.
Oh, we're going to have you back on.
But I got to whoop you. I hope that don't deter you from inviting me back on, okay?
Oh, no. Oh, if you beat me, guy, that just make me want to have you back a little bit quicker, because I got to, get a little revenge for the whooping that you probably going to put on me today, because we're on your water, and I know you know them.
I love it when it's like that. I like to put pressure on a man. It seems to make him make mistakes and do things he shouldn't do. So I like to put pressure on him.
That's right there. Uh-huh. I got one on you already. Now
Look at you, young man. Look at you. You just determined to make me look bad here, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
That's a good fish there.
Oh, but I got one on Jada. I got to enjoy it, because I know you're going to tear me up today.
Well, Jim, I tell you what.
That's a good fish.
I like to see a man start out like that.
I know that I got a whooping coming, because JD, you don't give up easy. All right, let's put this guy back.
I like for them to get a hit like that and make them feel like they got something going. But the truth remains. Okay.
Well, I got one.
That's all right. The fat lady hadn't sung yet. She ain't warmed up yet, so just hold on.
It's my understanding Poco starts that trail the last week in October.
They sure do. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm still kind of fired up from the year before, from this past season.
I got to enjoy myself right now while I got you, because I know when October comes, you probably gonna be spanking me. I know I had a couple of good years over there myself. Matter of fact, I won the Classic last year and had me a couple of qualifying wins, but my consistency haven't been what yours are.
Well, I appreciate the comment, but now I have to get a truth. The truth is, now, you ain't no bad fisherman yourself. I didn't say you was better than me now, don't get me wrong. I just said you ain't a bad fisherman.
I didn't say I was worse than you either.
I see now this is going to be a real good day here. We want to count these fish at the end of the day, look like, and tally up and see who's on top. What do you think?
That sounds like a winner. Welcome back to Angler's Paradise. We got J.D. Ward on the boat with me today. He's the #1 man at Poco, but I got a fish on him, and I'm trying to beat him, but I know it's going to be a tough order to do, because this guy is really good. with the pig and jig and a crankbait, it's going to be almost impossible to beat him.
Yeah, Jim, you better keep your T's crossed and your I's dotted, son, because it ain't going to be long here. I see a stretch of structure right here in front of us. Got to produce a fish. Got to.
Well, everything's
just right for him. Bait fish moving right along the edge of this thing. I don't see how.
I refuse to throw that pig and jig.
Oh,
I'm sticking with this spinnerbait.
Well, you better. You better.
Oh, man.
You better. You better, Jim.
Man,
you better throw your pig and jig, Mr.
Man,
Jim Austin.
It's on there. It's on, because you
yes,
good.
Sir. Jim, I tell you what, you better get your game on, because this here looks bigger than yours.
Well, let me get back out here.
This here looks bigger than yours, Jim.
Another one.
Look at you. Jim, you better get your game on. I think that there's a couple pounds better than yours, Jim. What do you think?
No, I don't think that. No, I don't think that. No.
Oh, I don't hear that song you were singing just a moment ago. What we're going to do is we all should. We're going to catch and release this fish, and hopefully I can catch him come tournament time in October.
There you
what
go.
do you think?
No, hope I can catch it.
We're going to let you go, buddy.
Now, JD, what were you doing? I'm sure a lot of the audience don't even know how to use a pig and jig. So give us some idea exactly what you was doing with that pig and jig to get that strike.
Well, actually, what a pig and jigs imitates in most cases is what is one of the fish's main sources of food is the crawfish or the crayfish. And basically what I do, I try to pitch it into the grass, and what makes it look so vulnerable is it's trying to work its way through the grass and come out, and the fish sees this thing, it's like just an easy meal to him. So it makes them have to jump at it or come at it a lot faster probably than most other things, because you know there's a strike zone for a bass, and most of them don't like during the months when you got the dog days, don't like to travel out of the strike zone to try to get food.
Right, that's true.
When you got something moving that slow there, he don't have to do a whole lot or exert a lot of energy to do so.
Yeah.
And it looks good to him. It's a simple, easy meal and a good meal, one of his favorite foods. So I try to give him something that he really likes. And that's one of the reasons I feel like I'm gonna beat you today.
Oh, okay. Now you didn't have to say that little bit. You could have left that part out. Now, the audience, they weren't asking for that. Now that's gonna give me a little bit motivation to try to catch another fish on you, Mr. Ward.
Well, I think the score is even right about now, so like I said, it ain't over till it's over.
That's
You sorry scoundrel, you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Come on back around, baby.
You sorry
Come on back
scoundrel.
around. Come on back around here, baby. I want everybody to see you. I want everybody to see me catch this fish on Mr. Ward, because I had an opportunity. And come here. All right.
Yes, sir. That's a good one, Jim.
All right.
That's a good one.
fish. Yes, sir, that's a good thing. Say it one more time, Mr. Ward.
Yeah, that is a good one, Jim. I got to give it to you.
Thank you, sir. Don't y'all pay us any attention. We carry on like this all the time, and especially when we fish in tournament.
Yes, sir. That keeps us on a competitive edge there. We kind of compete against one another there when we out fishing. Because he's always asking me, JD, what you doing? I'm asking him the same. And I guess we tell each other fish lies. I don't know what it is. But it's like a little competition. It kind of keeps me up on my P's and Q's when I got this gentleman here around.
Yes, sir. All right.
Not saying that I knock him in at all, but I definitely know I'm going to beat him before the day's over with. No doubt in my mind. I feel sure of that.
Welcome back to Angler's Paradise. I got a fish on Mr. Ward in the back. He's switching up, you see? He's putting a shallow running crankbait on. And that's good. It works really good around grass. I know his specialty is pig and jig, but he has fallen behind one fish. So that means he got to go with something else. I know I'm in trouble, and I'm talking junk. I'm enjoying the moment as long as I possibly can. I had one that hit my spinnerbait a few minutes ago, and I really wasn't expecting that strike. You've heard those saying, luck is a wonderful thing? Trust me, it is. Now, Mr. Ward, don't be too mean with that crankbait. I know you're finna go to work on me now.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. The thing is being a good fisherman, and like I said, one of the things I spoke of earlier about being a consistent fisherman, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to adapt to whatever the conditions are and do whatever it takes to get the fish. When you see fish moving along shallow and feeding along the edge of the grass line like this here, spinnerbait is a real good lure for them. But I think a shallow running crankbait would be even better. And the reason I say that is because it simulates and looks just like what they're feeding. Look in front of you there, that fish is just boiled in front of you there. I'm trying to simulate the bait fish that they're chasing. If they're chasing, I'm going to give them what they want, and that is the bait fish. And that's exactly what I'm trying to give them.
Well, you better go and catch you one, my friend, because I'm running up on you. You know what I mean? You just keep on playing around.
Here we go. There is Mr. Austin. Mr. Austin, you better get it together here.
Oh, man.
You better get it together, Mr. Austin. What I tell you about that crankbait?
Now, you see what he done?
What I tell you about that crankbait,
He was catching fish. He caught one fish on a pig and jig. And I always tell you, don't get locked in on one lure.
Yes, sir.
Make the change. Now, he went with a shallow running crankbait, and now we back even again. But I'm sticking with my spinnerbait. I'm going to be a little hard here today. I'm going to make him beat me with what he know. J.D. Ward is one great fisherman. We fished the Harris chain in Florida. This guy came in with 22 pounds of fish. Had one fish weighed 9 pounds.
There we go.
And one thing about it, you can truly adjust.
Man, you just about to keep your eyes on me, Mr. Austin.
Yeah, well, I'm watching you, my friend.
Keep your eyes on me.
Don't think I'm not watching you. I watch you all the time.
Mr. Austin.
I like to say you're lucky, but I know better than that, so I'm not going to even say that.
We ain't going to put it on luck.
No, I'm not going to put that on luck.
Just call it a blessing and make it a day.
Yeah, okay. It's all right. Yeah,
but I tell you what, we tied up now. We back at 0, actually.
Yeah, we back to square one, that's for sure.
Square one.
Now, tell the audience something about what made you decide to change and the color that you use. Why did you go to that color?
Well, let me release this fish first.
Okay.
Now, the reason I decided to change was after seeing you catch that fish, which you did on the spinnerbait. I had just mentioned before that I seen a lot of activity back here where the bait fish was being chased by the fish up and down the grass line, and there was some pretty good fish chasing them. So I said, well, if I'm not picking up pretty quick on the jig, let me change over to something similar to what they're chasing. So I decided to go with me a shallow running crankbait, something that would run the depth that the bait fish are, and something close to the color the bait fish would be this time of year, which is mostly a pearlish color with either a greenish brownish back, and that's because of the time of the season. And they change it on the back, on their back.
Turn around and show the audience what that plug looks like.
There we are. So let's shallow run it. At all times, I like to keep it shallow, but at the same time, I like to keep it deep enough so that I can touch bottom and be able to touch the structures that I'm fishing around. Because for some reason, it just drives the fish crazy to see a bait fish or something digging in the mud or hitting against something and reflecting off it. It makes them react. And that's what that reaction strike, whether he's hungry or not, that's where that reaction strike comes from.
That's great.
And that's what I try to do, is try to trigger that in some form or fashion.
That's really great, guy. And that's what Angler's Paradise is all about. Look at that shed jump. That's what Angler's Paradise is all about. We try to bring the best that we possibly can so you can learn how to catch fish and truly enjoy this game. I tell you, it's been a great day, but I'm going to catch some more fish before it's over with. It's going to be even greater before it's over. Let me catch another fish, okay? Right now, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You are watching Angler's Paradise.
Welcome back to Angler's Paradise. We moved to another section, grass, because I saw bait fish moving in this area. And I know if bait fish is moving, I know there's some bass in here somewhere. And with Mr. Ward on the back, I know it's just a matter of time before we hook up to another one. Because he's just that kind of fisherman. Isn't that right, Mr. Ward?
That's right. I'm working on you. I'm working on you. I seen a few fish feed back here on the edge of this grass line. I think what they're doing, they're moving up off the little old ledge they got in here. We're only in probably with around about 5 feet of water here, but you got a little old ledge that drops off out there with a channel that comes into this little old contributor here.
I see.
And hopefully I can pick up one here along the edge of this grass line. Seems like that's where they're concentrating at, where the bait fish are swimming up and down the grass line here. There he is right there.
Man,
Mr. Jim, Mr. Austin.
Oh.
There you go. There he is, Mr. Austin. There he is. Right here along the side of us here. I told you, it won't be long. That fat lady hadn't sung yet.
Well,
she hadn't sung yet. Look at yonder. That's a good one there, too.
yeah, I know you're going to talk about me.
Look like a spotted bass to me. What do you think?
I believe that's what it is, Mr. Ward.
I'm playing down so I can swing him here.
Okay, all right. All right.
Just play him down just a little bit. Then you bring him in. Instead of swinging, I'm going to lip this one, brother. There we go.
Don't let him hook you in here. Oh, man, that's a good fish.
Yes, sir. That's a good one.
You know, we came to this bank because I saw the bait fish. But look at that egret over there. see him, look at, he's stalking a bait fish, and he's getting ready to take care of business. And whenever you find fish like, whenever you find birds like that are feeding on bait fish, that's always a good sign there's some bass somewhere around, because they generally run together. I hate to disturb him, but I want to go down there and see what's around that tree that's laying in that grass bed over there. Mr. Ward, how many is that?
Well, I'm one up on you, Jim.
Oh, man.
That means you playing catch-up finally.
All right, okay.
You better get tightened up. I feel like I'm going to catch a good one here in a minute, another good one here.
Okay.
I'm going to go on and close the doors on you.
Yeah, well, now don't let those doors get slammed on you now.
But I just want you to answer one thing for me. Are you going to invite me back if I beat you? Because if not, now I'm going to have to hesitate on catching this fish.
If you don't beat me, I'm not going to invite you back. I don't have no reason to, but if you do beat me, I got to have you back.
Well, looks like I'm coming back, y'all. I just want y'all to know that. I really enjoyed the people here in the cast. They brought me out here. We got a chance to catch some nice fish here. Well, and give out some very valuable information, especially for those who are trying to get started fishing.
That's right.
Don't know a whole lot about fishing.
And
trying to give them some pointers so that we can interest them and their children, the youth, and we want to concentrate on them too, so that they'll come out and give a try at it. And I'm pretty sure if they ever come out and try it, they'll definitely enjoy it, no doubt about it.
But Mr. JD, I have certainly enjoyed fishing with you today. We've had a lot of fun. We've caught a lot of fish. And you have probably whipped me today. On TV, I have to admit you beat me today, but there'll be another time. I want the audience to realize that we carried on a lot of joking and stuff, but we was dead serious about teaching you how to catch fish. So stay tuned. We'll be back next week at the same time, teaching technique and keeping bass fishing real. See you next week. Have a great week.